Introduction to Comparison Analysis. 3 amortization examples, presented by Doug Bainbridge. First example, I'll compare a fixed rate loan and an adjustable rate loan. The interest rate for the fixed rate loan will be 5%. The principal will be $100,000. And the term will be 30 years or 360 months. For the adjustable rate loan, we'll start at 3% with annual increment of 0.480124% for the first 6 years. Then the rate remains the same to the end of the loan term. And the principal will remain the same as we have with the fixed at $100,000, and the term will be 30 years, 360 months. Which loan will cost less than 15 years? Which loan will cost less in 30 years? How do they compare? Running down the column for the fixed rate loan, we see where the interest rate remains at 5% throughout, and the monthly payment throughout is $536.82. Important statistic at the bottom, the sum of all payments at the end of the 15th year is $96,627.89. And the sum of all payments at the end of the 30th year is $193,255.78. Now to compare to the adjustable rate based on the set of parameters I set in the prior slide, you can see the interest rate is lower than the fixed rate up until that 6th through 30th year, where it's at 5.4 with a few digits after that. And the payments don't match until they get higher for the adjustable rate loan after the 5th year. But the important thing to consider is the 15th year sum of payments for the adjustable rate loan is $94,325.34, or it's less than the total of the payments for the 15th year for the fixed rate. And for the adjustable rate, the total of all payments is $193,255.77, or 1 penny less than the sum of all the payments for the fixed rate loan. So here, for example, is where an adjustable rate loan would cost less than the fixed rate loan. Second example, I will also compare a fixed rate loan to an adjustable loan, but we'll change some of the parameters. For this fixed rate loan, the interest rate will be 10%. The principal will be $400,000, and the term will be 30 years, 360 months. For the adjustable rate, 3% will be the starting interest rate, with annual increments of 1.75% for the first 6 years. Then the rate remains the same to the end of the loan term. The principal will be $400,000, and the term will be 30 years or 360 months. Which loan will cost less in 15 years? Which loan will cost less in 30 years? So how do they compare? For the fixed rate, you can see how the rate is 10% for the life of the loan, and the monthly payment is $3,510.29 for the life of the loan, which brings the 15-year sum of payments for the fixed rate example to $631,851.53. The 30-year sum of payments for the fixed rate in this example is $1,263,703.60. $2,000,000,000.06, which in this case is the lowest cost when compared at the 30-year period. For the adjustable rate loan, you can see where the rates go from 3 to 4.75 to 6.5 to 8.25 to 10 to 11.75%. And the payments increment as shown here to the point where for years 6 through 30, the monthly payment is $3,860.08. And the 15-year sum of payments is $614,120.27, which is the lowest cost here when compared to the fixed rate. And the 30-year sum of payments for the adjustable loan is $1,308,934.29. So to finish off, the lowest cost loan, if held for the entire 30 years, in terms of the total of all payments paid, is the fixed rate loan. Whereas the lowest cost loan, when held for just 15 years, and that can come up in many situations, can cause somebody to only hold a loan for 15 years or even less. The lowest cost loan in this case at the 15th year period is the adjustable rate example as shown below. For my third and final example, I'm going to compare two adjustable rate loans. For the loan I'll call adjustable rate 3, we'll have 5% start rate with annual increment of 1% for the first 6 years. Then the rate remains the same to the end of the loan term. The principal will be $200,000. And here's an important difference. The term for adjustable rate 3 will be 20 years or 240 months. Again, the term on this example will be 20 years, 240 months. And my loan to compare with this will be called adjustable rate 4, where I'll have a 4% start rate with annual increment of 0.5% for the first 6 years. Then the rate remains the same to the end of the loan term. The principal will remain at $200,000, and the term for this loan will be 30 years or 360 months. So a major difference from before, other than the interest rate difference, is the term for adjustable rate 3 is 20 years, and the term for the adjustable rate 4 example will be 30 years. Which loan will cost less in 15 years? And which loan will cost less in 30 years? How do they compare? For adjustable rate 3, you can see how the interest rates increment by 1% for years 1 through 6, and then through years 6 through 20 in that case, they remain at 10%. And you can see how the payments increment. And the 15-year sum of all payments is $314,526.19. And the 20-year sum of all payments is $425,727.32. And in this case, it's the lowest cost in terms of total payments between the two loans. For adjustable rate 4, you can see how the interest rates increment to where for the years 6 through 30, in that case, it's 6.5%. In a way, not very close to the 10% for years 6 through 20 on adjustable rate 3. And the payments never are higher with adjustable rate 4. And the 15-year sum of all payments for adjustable rate 4 is $212,928.25, which in this case is the lowest cost at that period. But for the total of all payments through the 30 years, it's $436,111.18. So the lowest cost between these two loans at the 15th year, or at the end of the 15th year, is the adjustable rate 4 example. But in the comparison of the entire lifetime of each of these loans, where adjustable rate 3 is a 20-year loan, adjustable rate 4 is a 30-year loan, the lowest cost example is adjustable rate 3. Conclusion. I hope my examples do a good job of presenting a way of thinking about how to best compare between various loan options. Fees can be added to complicate the situation. I believe the key is to have a method to make it clear what the total costs will be to ensure that the loan is affordable and the best choice for your situation. I hope you find this all helpful. And again, this was presented by Doug Bainbridge.